Welcome back to the show, and now let's continue with the fun. Glass is an extremely fragile medium to be working on. I mean, the level of precision required simply has to be spot on. Glass engraving is a type of art that has been around since time immemorial and continues to birth sophisticated designs with each passing decade. Coming up next is everything you need to know about glass engraving. Enjoy! Glass engraving dates back in time to ancient civilizations world over. Over the many centuries, the art has continued to take various forms in style, design, and practice.
This is a very historical art that dates back to the 1 BC. That was in Rome and all other European countries. Arabian countries also majored in it. But we can proudly say we are one of the pioneers in glass engraving in the whole of Eastern Central Africa, if not Africa in general. All right. I started engraving way back in 1994, and it's vital for one to have an art background for you to execute your work the way it's supposed to be. The European countries used to do wheel engraving, which is a static wheel where you hold your piece and you move it. The difference is that for us, we use a hand drill, which you're the one who controls the drill, and you use it like a brush or, say, a pencil.
Achebe terms his subjects exclusively African, which he reiterates go a long way in fostering our rich African culture and heritage.
We do mainly measuring on our pride, that is most of the animals that are exclusively African. We have to mention the big six. That's a lion, elephant, rhino, leopard, cheetah, and buffalo. Those are most of the work that I do are focused on that, because even when foreigners come to Africa, that is what they look out for. And once they have a memory engraved on glass, it even adds more value to their visit. It's very important to value our animals, and the good thing with engraving is it's very versatile. Whatever a client wants, we can do it. It's what you call bespoke. It is tailor-made. They might have requests, various requests, but we also ensure that we also give them that touch of Africa so that whenever they go, they have to sell our country through their products.
His work is also contributing to the global cause that is environmental conservation, as most of his raw materials are upcycled.
It is very vital that we have to take care of our environment, and it was noted that a lot of things go to waste, especially when it comes to bottles that are used in soft beverages or even liquors, and they are beautiful bottles. So we sat down and thought, why not repurpose these items, and not just repurposing them, but embellish them, making sure they have very nice art, so that not only are you retaining the art aspect of it, but you're also making use of something that would have otherwise gone to waste.
It's a game of meticulous planning and pinpoint execution whenever he embarks on engraving a new art piece.
Animals that are shaped differently go well with a different kind of glasses. So the first thing that I do is I look at the shape of a glass, then I get an appropriate design that would not only sit well on the glass, but it will also be, I'll be able to execute it in the best way possible. We're talking of angles, and mainly, like in this particular case, this is what you call a highball, and for you to get the maximum of your engraving, it is better for it to have more of a landscape look. But remember, everything has to be artistically done. You have to follow all the principles of art. I use a dental drill, the same tool that dentists use. The bits that I use are actually diamond fused, metal with diamond fused. It's the same tool that is used to shape enamel and glass. That's the unique thing about that, the diamond tools, because it's only those two that work through either glass or enamel. The tools are normally sourced from outside. UK is one of the major providers. Germany has the best engraving tools. Japan also, but of late China has also gotten into the market. But for you to have a perfect tool, I would recommend Britain or Germany. There's a very long process. When it comes to engraving, like in this particular case, you of course get the image, you resize it, then you trace it onto the glass. Once you've done that, you mark now the outline. Then, being that we're doing glass engraving, which is basically something like close to sculpturing, you have to balance out the form of the animal so that everything looks right. Because in this particular case, whatever is nearer to you in real life is the one that you have to go deepest in glass engraving. It is what you call a reverse sculpturing, where whatever is nearest to you goes deeper on the glass and vice versa.
Personalized orders, which the artist does on the spot, have got to be the most exciting part of his venture for him as well as his clients and onlookers.
I do also personalized stuff. Whenever you have an event, probably a birthday or a graduation, I'm normally invited to do work on the bottles that are being offered by liquor stores, or even sometimes perfume bottles. Whenever you buy a special gift, you can have your name personalized on it as you wait. Right there, it's not something that's going to take long. 5 minutes, you can have your message done, a name, a good quote, or anything you want, and I'll do it to your satisfaction.
A good chunk of his stockpile is dispatched to clients in the form of orders, while others find themselves in various shops and social media platforms.
I normally get orders from clients, so it is a case of a client requesting for a particular design, and in some cases, I do the marketing myself. I approach maybe an outlet, a shop where they might need to showcase my stuff, and I've always gotten positive reviews. Then remember, we're in the digital world nowadays. Once you post your work on social media, you will get quite a great response, and I've done that over the years.
Achebe is more than grateful for the growing trend of Kenyans supporting and appreciating the booming local art scene.
It's been a challenge over time because much as our local consumers appreciate art, some of them are really not ready to chip in regarding the kind of expense to cover the expense that we incur as artists. Having said that, most of them, or many of them, are now learning to appreciate that, and there's quite a shift towards appreciating and being able to spend whatever money for their value, I'd say. I think it would be very important for the artists to come together and be able to share ideas and also seek for external support whenever they feel challenged when it comes to materials or even locations where they can be able to showcase their work and execute their work without much hindrance.
The artist attributes the success he has had so far to his passion for the art and implores anyone thinking of diving into this art to harbor the same.
I would advise whoever is enterprising to get into this field to be passionate, because I remember, if I can trace my history, my passion for art goes way back when I was 9 years old. I used to doodle and do a bit of sketches, and even took time to draw maps of Africa and Kenya on the board, much as I was short and small. But I could be brought up by the teacher to do a lot of work for them. From then, I discovered my art talent, and I ensured, through encouragement from my parents and my teachers, that I would nurture it to a point where it would be something that that would sustain me, which it has over the years. I can proudly say that. You can find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Chebs Graphics, CHEBBS space GRAPHIX. My Instagram page is ChebsGX, CHEBBSGX. My telephone contacts is 0725 915 697.
Pinpoint, artistic and creative, that there is glass engraving.